GaGaReen was driven from the airport on his way to the Russian embassy. From Hammersmith onwards, the route was crowded with people eager to see and cheer. Yuri has had plenty of this sort of thing in the past few weeks, but with a natural friendliness, he returned the greetings. At lunchtime, he arrived at Earl's Court for the exhibition. He was to meet the organisers there and after lunch hold a press conference. By this time, he could have had no doubt at all that the people of Britain have taken him to their heart. How popular was the announcement made about this time that the Queen had invited Yuri GaGaReen to lunch on the following Friday.
And an extension of the friendly ties between the Soviet and the British people.
Благодарю вас за внимание.
Thank you for your attention.
Russian Tu-104 touched down on London Airport. Among its passengers, one of the world's most famous men, Yuri GaGaReen. His initials on the number plate made for the occasion.
For a moment about the spacecraft itself. Was the cabin on view at the Tushino Air Show, the one up there on the wall just behind you, was that the actual Vostok?
Кабину в Тушино на авиационном параде не показывали, показывали весь комплекс космического корабля.
The capsule as such was not shown, but the whole spaceship was shown at Tushino.
Я затрудняюсь, был ли этот, сказать, тот самый был ли, или другая модель этого космического корабля. Но это
As to the other part of your question, I can't say exactly whether it was the same spaceship or an exact replica.
Could you give us some idea what it's like being in this spaceship? How much room you have in it?
Просторно находиться в таком космическом корабле. Как примерно вы себя чувствовали? Много было, места было?
Да, в кабине космического корабля очень просторно. Гораздо просторнее, чем находиться в кабине самолета.
Yes, it was quite roomy. In fact, it was far roomier than in the cabin of a jet plane.
While we're talking about the ship in flight, there's one small mystery which I think possibly you may be able to clear up for us, but perhaps not, but I'd like to try. On the day when you were making the flight, on the day when Moscow Radio was describing you making the flight, there appeared in our communist newspaper, the Daily Worker, the report that the flight had been made successfully and that the flyer had returned to the Earth. And that report was dated from Moscow the day before. I'm sorry to put this at such length, but this created the impression, of course, that another flight had taken place and you had flown second, and nobody has ever dispelled this yet. Will you do it now?
Могу совершенно компетентно вам заявить, что, очевидно, корреспонденту этой газеты было известно несколько больше, чем тем людям, которые занимаются в нашей стране непосредственно космическими полетами.
Now, I can assure you quite authoritatively that evidently the correspondent of that paper felt he was better informed than the actual people who are in charge of this work in the Soviet Union.
May I have a question?
Такого космического полета не было еще ни у нас в Советском Союзе, не делали такой космический полет и другие государства.
No previous flight of this kind had in fact taken place either in the Soviet Union or in any other country.
Thank you.
Полет, который был совершен 12 апреля, был первым полетом в Советском Союзе, и, собственно, это был первый полет с человеком на борту космического корабля в истории всего человечества.
The flight made on April 12th was the first flight in history of this kind, the first manned space flight ever.
Thank you.
Comrades, leaders of the party and government. Permit me, first of all, to convey my sincere thanks to the Central Committee of the Communist Party, the Soviet government, all the Soviet people, and you personally, Nikita Sergeyevich, for having shown such great trust in me, a Soviet airman, in giving me the responsible task of making the first space flight. Yuri GaGaReen says in conclusion, long live our socialist homeland. Long live our great and mighty Soviet people. Glory to the Communist Party of the Soviet Union and its Leninist Central Committee headed by Nikita Sergeyevich Khrushchev. Premier Khrushchev is next to speak.
Дорогие товарищи, дорогие друзья,
Dear comrades, dear friends, citizens of the whole world, I address you with a feeling of great joy and pride. For the first time in history, a man from the planet Earth, our Soviet man, has broken away to cosmic heights on a ship made by the hands of Soviet scientists, workers, technicians, and engineers, and has made the first unprecedented flight to the stars. The spaceship Vostok rose to an altitude of about 190 miles, circled the Earth, and landed successfully at a predetermined point in the Soviet Union. As Premier Khrushchev continues his speech, bygone years come before the mind's eye of his listeners. He ends with the words, Comrades, there are many splendid pages in the history of our country. It is being written by the work, inspiration, talent, determination and courage of millions of Soviet people.
Пусть здравствуют и процветают наши замечательные советские люди, творцы новых.
Long life and prosperity to our wonderful Soviet people, the builders of a new life, the builders of communism. Long life and prosperity to our socialist homeland, the country where the great October Revolution began a new epoch in the development of mankind.
эпоху развития человечества. Слава великому вождю!
Glory to the great leader and founder of the Communist Party and the socialist homeland, Vladimir Lenin.
Ильичу Ленину! Да здравствуют народы Советского
Long live the people of the Soviet Union, the builders of communism.